This is FNGR and welcome back to Analysis Daily's Top 10 Brony Analysis and or Review Special. There's a point of confusion I need to get out of the way up front during the voting. Someone named Chaotic Zion placed 6th. I went to find his channel, or anyone who voted for him, and it disappeared. I double checked with Tricky Fox and a few other analysts, and I have no idea what happened. MasterCode and Dulcet Tones have both placed at 9. MasterCode has been making videos as far back as 5 years ago, and Pony as far back as 3. He has a witty yet insightful style.
Wait, isn't that
There you go, catch!
This is gonna hurt.
He is very familiar, and the sort of content I would be more than proud to share with all ages. I don't recall ever being bored or disappointed during one of his pieces.
And, of course, rocks. Though the Pie family's interpretation is different from most of the usual traditional Heartswarming Eve, they're still celebrating the same values the holiday represents. Heartswarming Eve was the unification of love and friendship, bringing together those with differing or unique perspectives and celebrating and embracing those differences.
Of this batch of analysts, Dulcet's been clearly one of my favorites. I'm indebted to my audience for the recommendation. He has a willingness to call out difficult topics.
YouTube copyright advisory has been broken and used as a weapon against lawful content creators for far too long. People who have operated with the bounds of the law have been victimized. Videos and channels are being removed at a faster and faster pace, and while the law is supposed to protect us, YouTube has not.
Well before they became popular ones from over 5 months ago. He has a creative spark and a general originality, and shows this part of the fandom still has a lot to offer.
Those who have HSAM can recall every detail of their lives. The sights, the sounds, the smells, even how they felt at the time. But they can't recall details of things they've never experienced.
Number 8, Rosie Sievers. As someone who knows Rosie or Miss Sievers, she's very polite, good-natured, and a wonderful addition to the fandom. Her release schedule was beyond consistent, and didn't mind helping out budding new talent.
Today we are going to discuss holidays and events in Equestria. Throughout this series, we have seen loads of different events and holidays that all the players of Equestria take part and celebrate with their friends and family,
when others wouldn't. I think we're lucky to have you, Rosie, and I can't imagine you bringing anything to the table other than something positive. Number 7, Geeky Steven. Geeky, I'm begging you, please start tagging your videos. Every chance I've seen your videos, I've been stoked to see what a better job than you've done more than the high average. In fact, if I had to give your work and my work a good hard look, I might be inclined to say you're more analytical. It's a good thing I don't have to. Oh wait, I have to look? Gosh darn it.
Episode is nowhere near as bad as Princess Spike. But what about Discord outright stumps me on what it's trying to do? Because when we talk about the episode structure, most of it seems really flawed. Though, to be fair, that is a little bit hard to explain through words, so I'm just gonna let the episode speak for itself real quick, and maybe you can get some better context through that.
You didn't do anything wrong. You're allowed to share things that don't include me. And you're allowed to feel a little jealous about it. You just have to be able to admit that that's what you're feeling, so you can let it go.
This moral right here is one of the most misleading parts of the episode. Now, the wording of the moral seems harmless enough, but the actions of the characters, such as the purposeful holding back of information to Twilight and even the audience, and the snarkiness given by Discord, and even the main 6, sort of twist the episode's focus around.
It's certainly prolific and insightful, and once you start to properly tag your videos with your channel name, it'll be a lot easier to find you. Godspeed, Geeky. Number 6, HeartsyArtsy. The first thing that you said that leapt out at me was your personal desire to get better. With so many people wanting to meet horse-famous people, make money, I've been impressed to see the desire at self-improvement.
Anybody who makes videos or art. The need and want to keep improving is always there, and making videos is a great way to help me improve these skills.
Not only that, but I respect the desire to express oneself.
And has allowed myself to open up a lot more, and not be as afraid of a negative comment, or just myself not being quote-unquote good enough. This brings me to the main reason why I love making videos. Number 1, to help people.
I've met a couple of content creators in such a rush to hit it big, I found myself scratching my head on more than one occasion when I heard, I don't know what to say. At least for me, the point of making a video lives and dies by having something to say, before anything else.
Writing this right now feels like a step in the right direction. I don't want to just be some unobtainable pony reviewer on the internet. I want to be more honest, more open, and be there for everybody, not just as a reviewer, but as a friend. This is a big part of who I am, and I'm not going to hide it away anymore.
I know you said these points are simple or cheesy, but I can't stress enough how important they are, and I'd like to thank you for bringing them up. Misanthropony, consistent, dedicated, cares about the community. The only thing hurting Misanthropony, aka Map Now, is I don't believe you missed any episodes.
Kind of a hard question to answer.
If I could be so bold to implore on the Brony community's #1 Pinky fan, with the 2 to 3 months we have left in the hiatus, maybe you could grind out Season 3. See how that positivity holds up for one of the more difficultly enjoyable seasons out there.
Why wasn't something this potentially dangerous being guarded? How did Starlight Glimmer change the spell so easily? Even if we assume she's more naturally talented than Twilight, it still doesn't explain how she knew the map in the castle was connected to the spell, since Star Swirl made it before the castle came forth.
Sometimes it's nice to see people trying harder than others to grin and bear some of the show's imperfections. Here's to hoping you don't have too many Johnny Test writers to test your patience in Season 6. Number 4, Tricky Fox. Sophistication, originality, an accent that makes you seem exotic and endearing. Gee, it's like a hard-working ANY. It's a good thing ANY won't be on this list. I'd feel like a real tool. You'd think after Silverquill I will have learned to stop being resistant to non-pony OCs, but I kinda resisted checking out your work. And you've enhanced the show nicely. I'll be waiting for you at the next premiere on what you have to say next. MangaKamen. Oh look, you've beat me in subscribers at long last. How many collabs with Silverquill and features did that take? Oh no, I'm not bitter. Old Manga here is a hoot to hang out with, and once again, just like Tricky and Silverquill, I passed him by for his original aesthetic. At first. His recent improvements to his audio as well as his willingness to try new things in and out of the fandom tell me Manga is someone who's going to continue to keep climbing all the way to the top.
Users of YouTube, I am Chimera Commander, and I have hijacked this channel, the Grey Area. Let's get to the big bads themselves. Nightmare Moon, Discord, Chrysalis, Sombra, Derek, and Starlight Glimmer.
And why? Whoops. Might have seen that coming. I must have too many female viewers. I'm glad to have ANY on this list as someone who's tried to put in the time and the work to support the fandom. He gave me the tips when my audio was subhuman, and certainly had more patience than I ever could have. I know ANY said his video is someone else's words, but I believe you delivered them excellently.
Put this name anywhere. Kkat is the author of the one, the only, the original Fallout Equestria. And daring to his origin story? How the hell did I miss that he has written a second book? Well, guess I know what the next fiction I'm going to read is now.
And I'm sure Kkat is more than pleased to have you get out their ideas.
As well as exceptional creativity. It was easy to claim exceptionalism when we were small and more tightly knit. But bronies have always been inclusive, not exclusive. We are a welcoming fandom, and an energetic one. As we spread word of how wonderful this show is to the far reaches of the internet, people took notice. And while many reacted to what was new and different with hatred or fear, people joined the herd in droves. Now we are huge, large enough and diverse enough to put lie to the stereotypes, including the good ones that we had created for ourselves. Bronies have become legion, and in doing so, we have become a fandom like any other.
Number 1, Sapphire Heartsong, aka Anime Christie, aka that person with the really expensive DA. I could really call Sapphire a mixed bag of nuts, but she continues to strive and grow, not only starting at a better point than I did, but also an animator as an artist worthy of note. Most worthy of note is her animation in which she rubs in the fact that she has better hair than everyone else IRL. Sapphire, thanks for continuing to contribute and create. I personally feel that content creators are the highest form of brony, and you create in all the forms of content I care the most about. So again, if I've ever been a pain in your butt, I'm sorry. And actually, since you did win this shindig, there's a second King of Limbo waiting for you. Anthony C expressed an interest somewhere off in the future for the winner, and I think Golden Fox may have done the same. I'll definitely make sure to make it one of the ones to remember. As for the rest of the audience, thank you a lot for sticking around. I'm thinking of taking a break for the simple fact that many of the videos floating around are spoilers for Season 6, and pretty soon this would become spoiler daily if I kept going. I thought about doing a ranking for the top 10 anime analysts and or reviewers, but even then that may take some time, and I'd be hoping to get that project done before Season 6 starts. If you find anime isn't your bag, simply check back here in May. And as always, I love you guys and hope to see you soon.